Hey, family, welcome to Ignited Together with the Turgots. I am Caroline, and this is my husband.
Delroy.
And we're here to share about God so that at least one soul may be saved. This week, we are going to dive into dating in the digital age. And we want to talk about how we're going to navigate apps, social media, and online connections with dignity. So, at this moment, I'm going to give you a few. You're going to go in, you're going to share this video with three of your friends right now. Go ahead, do that. You do it yet? All right. Thank you. Now, as usual, before we get into the discussion, we are going to pray.
Shall we pray? Father, we thank you again for the privilege of sharing. As we come, Lord, we pray that you may give us the rightful words to say and that someone will be blessed. Be with us again, we pray, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do.
All right, so this week we want to open our wine because, as you know, we always indulge in a little sipping of sparkling wine as we do our videos. And we want to thank the Falmouth Seventh Day Adventist Church in Central Conference, right, for gifting us with this. North Conference, gifting us with this lovely May sparkling wine. It's white grape. So yeah. All right. So as we open this, as we indulge in our prep for our wine, you will be watching a video on the screen that will, be a little intro to what we're going to talk about today. Enjoy. Oh boy, I tell you. Boy, I'm bored. I'm bored. Let me see. Remember, Trudy did tell me about the app where you can go on to go meet people. May I go join the app there? Hey, all right. Yeah. Right. Then so then put in that. Yeah. Put in that. Oh, I need a picture. You know what? Last Christmas, but it look good. All right. Oi. Okay. The people in Panda up here look good. Wow, look at this person here. Why? Right, all right. You know what? I go edit and put Christian cause more somebody we are Christian. Right. Somebody like me back. Whatcha? Walande, them a type. Walande, me look on the profile. In a jacket, suit. Me see Walande. It look like say them work at some executive tall building. Boy. Alright, me see what message say now. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, no, I'm cute. I know. Oh, wow. This is so nice. I feel like I'm in love. Whoa, okay. Oi.
4 weeks later.
Oh my. He asked me a big question. I know we've been texting for like days now, but he wants to meet. I'm gonna say yes. So, oh, am I available today? Bombardos. All right. 6 o'clock. All right. All right. So, I'm gonna meet the guy that I've been talking to for a minute now. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. A girl's gotta take this bonnet off and we are gonna get dolled up. All right, so I'm ready. I know I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. So he's at the door. Who are you?
Max!
Max?
Yes, I am Max.
How you feel me, Max? You're so short. You're just a kid.
No, I'm not.
I can't believe this is Max. You are the person that I've been talking to online?
Yes.
No! I don't want to talk to you. All right, welcome back now to our second segment. You would have watched the video and now we're going to jump into some red flags. Now, before we get into that, babes, obviously the video would have been interesting. I think there's a lot of times we see things like this in the movies, and believe it or not, it happens for real, where people impersonate or they put up some fake picture or they put up something. Maybe for example, I used to be very slim. I put up a picture where I'm so slim and petite, but then in reality when you meet the person, they are a little bit more on the fluffy side, right? Or a man posing to be maybe like rich or whatever, but when you really get to know them, account is at 0. You know, different things, pretending. These are some realities of what is going on in this digital age. So we want to caution, help you as you caution, because nothing is wrong with dating on or finding people on social media, on the internet, whatever. Nothing is wrong with that. But what can we do to prevent some harm or any harm? So
there are various apps out there that people would go on in terms of dating, but in using these apps, we have to be careful of how we use them, because there are some red flags that have been pointed out that you are to look for when using this app. And we're going to look about 3 or 4 of them, and I'm sure you're somewhat familiar with
platforms.
Okay. So I'm sure you're somewhat familiar with them, but just to give a brief idea of what they are, you have what we call ghosting. And ghosting has to do with when someone suddenly disappears. So that's supposed to be you're communicating with the person out of the blue, and the person just disappear and may reappear after a long period of time. And when this do happen, you could say it show a lack of respect and maturity.
Yeah.
So be careful of that. And we have seen it many times.
Yeah, and sometimes the ghosting is we just not talk to you all day. Sometimes we look at ghosting like it's for a long period of time, but it can be too just not talk to you. Like, and me go to work and me not talk to you for the whole day, and then next morning me send you a message or me talk to you like nothing happened, and I was not. And then some people then say I'm busy, then busy.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to be careful of that.
Yes. You also have what you call
Breadcrumbing.
breadcrumbing, right? And this is so important. Sending occasionally flirting messages, right? Vague, just to keep you interested. But with no real intention of meeting or committing. Yeah. So why, if I'm dating, why wouldn't I want to be in constant communicating with the person? The person just drop a word here and just move on.
Just enough to keep you going, you know.
Yeah.
Just when, and I think it pairs well with the ghosting too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I will ignore you for a period, and then by the time your brain is getting over this and saying, all right, maybe it's not gonna work out, you see a message pop, hi darling, how are you doing today? And you know, all these compliments or whatever, and then you're like, oh no, you know, they are interested in me.
Yeah, the language. You see, people who do these things, the language or the words that I use are carefully crafted because they will grab your attention with that, right? So we have to be careful we don't get fall for that. Then you have, I'm sure you're familiar with this one, catfishing.
She's the one we had in the
You would
video.
have seen the video and realizing that the person who was posted and the person who appeared are two different persons, right? Catfishing. So always be cautious of that. If someone avoids video calling too, right? If after a point you reach somewhere with a person that both of you think you are comfortable and you want to video call, and they say, can I video call you? The person will, you know, always find an excuse of not wanting to video calling or meeting in person, right? So you have to be careful. While some do it though, and they are brave enough to believe that, hey, I'm going to meet. Nonetheless, sometimes it's on the negative side, sometimes on the positive side, because even the person that one was communicating with and you think you're comfortable, sometimes whoever shows up is totally different thing and you are even overwhelmed by that individual. But that's a real thing that happened in the world.
Yes.
Then you have what you call love bombing. Overwhelmed with affection and promises, right? Promises early on, giving promises as you come along, just telling you what you want.
And some people then tell you, I love you. Oh, you make me just meet me and you love me.
Yeah.
No, but on a real note though, I know it can happen. It can happen, you know, but you have to be careful. When I hear it, evaluate actions and consistent actions, that is. Because 1 minute I might say, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you the world, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But is it consistent? Is it something that the person can maintain day over day? That's gonna be key.
And one critical point we need to learn about love bombing is that after a while, after time, this leads to what? Manipulating and controlling later on in life. And that's what
we don't want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So when we look at social media now, what do you think? What are some things? Because it's not just about the dating apps. Those are some things that we can look for in the dating apps. Because, you know, people curate these profiles to be who they want to be, and sometimes it's a facade. However, on social media now, because most people are on some social media platform, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and others that I may not know about, Twitter, even LinkedIn, whatever the case is, right?
So you mentioned the online. and you talk about overcreation, right?
Mm-hmm. So what's that?
It feels too perfect.
Okay, yeah.
How the person present themselves
And that
feels
is
too
a lot
perfect
now on the
and
internet.
it's not consistent, so to speak, with what reality is.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they are talking to you and they're telling you, so it's just not consistent. And when you get this, definitely it's going to signal what you call dishonesty,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we have to be careful. I know that sometimes we like words and we sometimes like to hear the good thing, but in hearing the good things, you have to ensure that you wait, right? Look at it carefully. Learn to discern the time. All right.
Yeah, and I think I'm not. I see it because I follow some pages too, and sometimes I wonder, like even for the persons who vlog their lives, and when you look, their house is spick and span, and they are always doing this type of routine and morning routine, afternoon routine, working in whatever, different things, and you are constantly forced now to compare yourself. And then when you compare yourself, you're like, so why my place can't neat so, and why this and why that? That's because you are actually living a real life. Like, they don't show you when the place get messed up. They don't show you all of the setup and the this and the that. They don't show you that. They edit it out. So you have to be careful of things like that on social media to say, oh, this person, I love this person is perfect.
Yeah, and that is, we have to really be careful, viewers, because the reality is people create a scene to get the attention that they want. And many of us sometimes try to live our lives off social media, what we are seeing and say, this person is doing it. They are creating this thing to get the attention,
Viewers,
right?
yeah.
And the viewing and so forth. And we here not able to do it, and we are struggling, wanting to be like this. And if the person that we are dealing with is not presenting this stuff, ideas to us, we tend to get upset and want to walk away and keep searching. When for reality, they are not living the true self. Okay?
Yeah.
So the next
one.
one is excessive secrecy, right? Now, refusing to connect on social media or hiding relationship status. It simply means that the person is not transparent. You ever hear somebody even asking a simple question, are you single, are you seeing someone? And then kind of say, kinda. Or they have one situation, they say it's a situational ship.
Yeah, situation.
Right? That's a relationship. Yeah. Those, when you hear those things, please be careful. Yes. Also public disrespect.
When you see that.
Well, posting negative stuff or comment online, clear violation of one's dignity. So yeah, listen for that word, it's coming again, dignity. Yeah,
so when we're on social media and maybe you're interested in somebody, these are some things that you want to look out for. So we talk about the over curation, everything just too perfect, and if people are too secretive, and also if they're posting negative. There are some people that I don't allow in my space because I don't want my mind to be filled with negativity. Some people, everything they find fault of, everything they post, and they say, and this happened, and the government, and the school, and the this, and the everything, and the everything, and the everything, and it's just doom and gloom, and the world is bad. Yes, the world has bad things, but everything in the world is not bad. So we have to be careful. That's a red flag on social media. Last one.
This one is that if every time you post something, the person, the man, I say, I see you doing this and I see you going there.
Tracking.
Be careful. The person is tracking your activity. It's a kind of controlling behavior, right? And sometimes that they demand access to your account as if you owe them something. Be careful. They see everything that you do, know all your movements and your routine.
And that's why you have to be careful where you post too.
Good. Yes, and I see some people and they are posting, I'm going here Everywhere you go, you're telling them, even before you actually been to the place. If you want somebody to know that you go to somewhere, do it after you have gone there. But don't do it before you go there. If someone is tracking you and need you, right, they can go ahead and lay wait you there, you know, and do what they want to do. So we have to using social media is very important. What you post, what you say, what you open up to people to see in terms of your location and so forth.
Yep. All right. So those are some good red flags. But overall, no matter the platform, as whatever you're doing in terms of online, even if it's just, you know, calling a person on WhatsApp or whatever the platform is that you're using, we want to ensure that whoever you're having is constant or consistent communication. So whenever you notice inconsistency, that's usually a key red flag. One thing that I heard is in the past is that if they want to, they would. If they wanted to, they would. And we learn about the male species. You see, if them want you, them are gonna make it up. Them are gonna talk to you. Them are gonna reach out to you. You hear me? So sometimes people say them busy. They're not too busy. You hear? All if them if never want something to send them one emoji, them are gonna do it. Yeah?
Just to interject, she's not talking about me. You hear?
Why? Why you say that? What that come in?
No, I see you smiling. I was very good. I showed that
I never say a man can toot it when
I was very good at that. You know, I
Okay.
never go see or anything. I know, okay. Jenny,
No, we did just press gas. We press gas and go. You know, we're mature people, not.
So, babes, what about communication now? What's a red flag in communication and doing it online? Yeah?
So I guess that's what I was saying. The inconsistency. 1 minute you're hot, 1 minute you're cold, 1 minute you're texting me, you can't do it without me. You know, you're calling everything that you'd want ideally, and then on another case you're not.
So what about the individual who will now avoid real life?
Well, if you talk to somebody online all the time and they don't want to beat you, every time you plan up something, it's I can't make it, delaying, or just making up excuses, then it's probably just key that this person is not serious. And if a person is serious, because if you meet a person online, you know, fine, okay, that's our avenue.
But it's gonna take a while for you to really meet still. But
Yeah, but I'm just saying too, well, who determines how long you must take to meet? I think in my head, if I were to do that, right, I would talk to the person, at least a few weeks talk to the person. And then you talk to the person on text or phone call, then you gradually move to video call. You see, if you're seeing video call and you'll be able to see their surroundings and you're seeing certain interactions and all of that, because you can, you know, let's say video call them and they're at home, video call them and they're at work, video call them they're on the road, you kind of see certain little whereabouts and how they are navigating. It can really help you to discern what type of person they are. And then after a few video calls, however how many you feel comfortable with, then you can meet. But you say if you're going to meet, if you meet in a public place where people there, you can ball out for help.
if anything,
Murder!
something just popped into my head in terms of if you are going to video call the person say they are at home, right? I think we need some time to look at the consistency in the video call from home versus the video call outside of the home. Because in most cases, sometimes when they do a video call, somebody may feel comfortable at a particular spot in the house that they may say, whether in the living room, whether in the bedroom. You have to look for that level of contact. If you are getting video call and you see various different scenes coming up all the time, be careful. Be careful of that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we also must also look about the manipulative texts that seek to be about guilt tripping and passive aggressive messages or pressure to respond instantly or something. Look for me text you, right? Why you text so long to text me back, right? You don't know what the individual is doing, and sometimes we use this and we just go at the person. Every time you text so long. The reality is that maybe when you text me, I'm not in the position to respond. So you have to look out. So you're learning about the person and so forth. You know, so you have to look out for those things, viewers. Remember, viewer, as you view, asking you to share, like, and while you share, just invite the other person to share and to like. Also, just don't share and leave it there. Tell them, share this with your friend.
Yes. You mentioned something, and this popped in my mind, that with the whole manipulation part of it. We do not want, I don't recommend you start send money, especially for the men. think you guys always get scammed for this. Like, okay, you meet a girl, you like a girl, and all of a sudden, them say, I don't have no money for this, and then I start, alright, I want to send you some money, and mind you too, it happen on the women's end too, because you have some people that some, you know, you are becoming their mother. Sometimes as women we want to be somebody's mother, or we want to take care of somebody, so or we take up a project, right? So the man that we take up is a project is somebody that need this, him go school, him build house, and you feel like say, okay, if me I go there with that person here, we are go invest, so me I go help him. Understand? So you have to be very careful when it comes on to that. All right. So now that we've talked about the red flags coming and then just coming out of that video, we now want to jump into the dignity portion of it. Like what I mean, and how we maintain this dignity on social media or dating apps. So dignity in dating means we're using technology to, you know, we're using technology to enhance our connection. That's one. But we also want to ensure that we're not sacrificing respect, we're not sacrificing our authenticity and our boundaries, especially as Christians. No nude pictures. All right.
Don't let any request be made of you to send certain things and you're comfortable doing it, right? You don't know what they will do with that picture that you send.
You know, those things always pop in my head. I don't know if it's because I'm a purity coach. I don't know why my brain just automatically go there. Anyway, so when you're on a dating app now, let's say you sign up for XYZ, I'm not going to call any name, but you know the dating apps. We want to set clear intention. So you know why you're going on there. Are you going on there to find a friend? Are you going on there, friend meaning nothing else? Casual dating. Maybe you just want to get your feet wet, you want to get to know some people. Because remember, initially we talked about dating versus courtship.
Yes,
so if you just want to casually date, no intimacy, just get to know people, let it be clear. If you're looking for a long-term commitment, you also have to communicate that upfront. So I want to be married, I want to have children, I want, stuff like that. Let them know that you're looking for that, and then that will help, right? Now when you're creating your profile, you have to be authentic. Don't be like the guy in the video.
Yes, because and I'm always wondering if I post something, a picture that is not me, and somebody falls in love with this picture, I'm wondering when the person meet me in real person, it's not connecting with what they were seeing. I'm wondering, how do you expect that relationship to go? For me, that's a break in a level of trust. I can't trust you.
Naturally.
because there are many more things that you will tell me that is not true. So you just have to be real and authentic. Put what you look like, and don't go for the female now, please. As I tell my wife, I had to see what she looks like outside of the heavy makeup, right? And I'm glad
that wear heavy makeup. Why you talk on the internet there?
And I'm glad that when I met her, she was not wearing any makeup. Okay, so the person I'm getting now is the person I've seen then. I'm just being
let us
fair with that. Just be not knocking the female for wearing whatever they are wearing. Not doing that, right? Because I like to see when a woman really fix up themselves. But don't put things to disguise any flaw that you might have had, and then when you start meet the person, you take off the person surprise of what they are seeing and just disappear and so forth. Just be authentic.
There, I only wear foundation.
Yes.
You won't
Let me correct
understand
it. I don't know about the makeup story info. She's correcting me that she only wear foundation.
Blush and this and that and that and that.
She doesn't wear that. She's beautiful without them.
Naturally. Anyway, when you're communicating, we gotta be respectful. We have to remember our boundaries. And guys, we're gonna talk about boundaries in an episode by itself. But ensure that you're polite, ensure that you are respectful, ensure that, don't spend all your time on this dating app or this platform. Want to make sure that you have your limits, have your limits that you spend on it, so you don't burn out and treat people as just disposable option, because you have the swipe right or swipe left, and all you're doing is you don't want to do it like that. Now, when we talk about social media now, there are certain settings that you can use at your advantage. You can ensure that you edit your privacy choices, decide how much of the relationship you want, how much of your relationship you want to be public. So we are putting our thing out on social media, but are we gonna put out everything? No, we're not cuckoo, right? So be careful. You might invite unwanted opinions and comments and stuff like that.
And we spoke about this a little bit up top about avoiding comparison trap. What is comparison trap? Comparing yourself or your life with what is created our stage, so to speak. Right? We are getting trapped too many times in these things, right? Want to be like the Joneses, right? And not realizing that probably some things that go in the way you see it for the Jones is just a makeup thing, right?
Yeah.
You see, too many of us live our lives off movies. Sometimes I see my wife watching the movie and how she responds, I have to say to her, dear, it's just a movie. You understand?
No, but me not gonna apply it to my life, but me watch it and feel emotions, right?
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Adding to what you just added to, or what you just mentioned, something that I heard a few years ago is you have to make your marriage your marriage, or your relationship. So don't try to be what is being painted out there. If in your relationship the wife is the breadwinner and the husband stays home, not because tradition says is the man must do this and the man must do that, mean that okay, something wrong with my life, and all of a sudden now you start deal with your partner a particular way because whatever. Or you say, okay, woman must wash, cook and clean, and the house must this and the house must that. What if your partner is not domesticated, but it's a nice person? Is either you're going to teach the partner, or you're going to get somebody to clean up the house, or you're going to do it yourself, right? But don't try to turn it into, okay, at this we know traditionally, at this will happen. That you have to make it your own. So I wanted to add that under the comparison trap.
Okay.
Now, healthy engagements, right? So when you are on social media, you want to make sure that whoever you're talking to, there's validation, so like likes and comments, and we do that with the friends them too. If a friend posts something, we like it and we comment and we cheer them on and we share. Sometimes when I send this to somebody and they're my friend, they put it on their status. My very closest friend, she will always put up my stuff on her status for other people. So that's what you do. You support within a relationship to set a good foundation.
And she spoke about her very good friend. And if there's no cheerleader I can speak specifically for my wife, right? You know, if I'm going to do, even at church, I'm doing anything before I go, she'll be there praying for me. And when I did what I have to do, if something wasn't so right, she would tell me. And, you know, strangely, I don't feel any way because she doesn't come across as if she wants to back me up. She is my greatest cheerleader. And I told her yesterday that I am so happy for her, because she's always in my corner. So, yes, dear.
Wife of the year. All right. Thank you, honey. So then, we want to talk about which we talked about it a little bit, the online communication portion of it, and this is just a general piece because we know that online can be on your phone, it can be anything, messenger app, you know, we don't want to just limit it, but just overall be aware of your tone, right? Balance online versus offline interaction. Like if you're moving from digital chat to real life interaction, when possible you want to make sure that dignity means you're valuing, you're being genuine. So if you're nice online, when we see in a person,
must be nice.
You must be nice too. Sometimes, and even us doing these things, these episodes, we, you know, some of the people that would have known my husband, you know, would have interact with me or tried to reach out to me, and you know, I have to be nice, even though I'm normally nice, but you know, it's just being transparent, being the same person, consistency. If you're nice online, don't bother be nice here. So, and I'm saying in public and like, so that to me, kind of a thing. No, you have to be who you are, no matter what.
Conflict management.
Yeah. So when there's disagreement, you don't want to argue publicly with the person that you are dating. If it's online, let's say you guys met on social media, nobody go vent and say, me meet one man and me meet one woman and da 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 da. And you know, remember I used to post the person, so now people know, say, oh, that girl there, another man there, right? And then some people then break up with each other over text too. That's another thing that we have to be careful with. So you want to save important conversation for a face-to-face or even a video call, depending on the situation. So you want to make sure that when you're managing conflict, but I'm going to do it online, everything, your message out and everybody know your business out. Yeah, and when
some
they
people
make up,
order talk behind the phone or whatever medium they are using. But when you see the person face to face, you don't want to be, you know. So normally if there's a grave conflict, talk to the person when you see him face to face. Or if it's not possible for you to meet the person face to face in a short while, take it to a video call, face to face, talk to the person, because expression and faces, you know, says a whole lot.
Yeah. All right. You gotta build trust. And how you build trust, you gotta be honest, you gotta be transparent about what you're online, what you post online, and try, you know, not to have secrecy. See, doesn't mean that you can't have the word just eluded my mind. It doesn't mean that you can't have boundaries or have certain things that you limit to post, but then when you do post, you know, ensure that whatever it is, there's some sort of openness to it, right?
There has to be some core principles when it comes out to dignity. You can't compromise on things that has to do with dignity. So we have to respect. Respect, and you have to set the boundaries.
Yeah, man. Boundaries that come up.
Boundaries coming. You realize that boundaries is coming up our family from we started. The first video until down to this one, we have been mentioning about boundaries. And be true, be authentic.
Yeah, man. Be yourself.
Be yourself. Don't because it doesn't last. It affects your relationship. And of course, you have to
mindful.
Be mindful. Use technology as a tool, but not as a crutch.
Yeah. And one final thing before we move to the next segment is trust your instinct. You see that gut feeling there? If you don't feel right, trust it. It is going to be it's never gonna let you down. Alright, so we're going to take a short break and we will go into some do's and don'ts after this break. Let's be honest, there are a lot of us struggling with sex. And when I say struggling, meaning you are having difficulty maintaining abstinence or waiting until marriage. And especially if you are a believer, especially if you are trying to live up to your Christian values, which most of us have. Now, to be honest, sex is nice, sex is sweet, and once it's done properly, once you're having it the right way, then it's a nice, right? And you're not gonna want to stop. But though that is so, the Lord would have ordained a particular way how we're supposed to live our lives. So here's what I am suggesting to address that problem. I have a devotional. It's called Dolly House with the Devil, a 30-day devotional. And there is a day designated to deal with or to help us to acknowledge that yes, sex nice, but this is what God wants me to do. And it's going to help you to set some guidelines, like how do I move forward after, acknowledging my reality. So I know it's a new year and I'm a firm believer in new year, new me. So if you have made a commitment for this year to draw closer to God, then I would say invest in this book and start reading. Now, how do you get the book? You can go to my website, carolinmcdonaldjm.com, and you can check out there. You can also send me a message here, or if you know me and you want to reach out to me via my contact number, not a problem. You will get your copy sent over to you. So, what are you waiting for? All right, so welcome back after that break.
During that break, make sure you would have share, like,
and subscribe
if you have not yet.
Okay. All right. Now, we want to narrow it down just a little bit for my Christian folks, my folks that are wanting to live a certain lifestyle and maintain their dignity, while pursuing relationships, right? One is when you're dating and you're using apps there are some benefits to it. There are some pros. One is it's a wider reach. You're able to meet people across different cultures, different countries, and two, it is convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So the app is on your phone, or the platform is on your phone or on your laptop, and those things are things that you can carry around, right? So that's the second pro. What's the third pro?
Compatibility. Now AI is running the place, right? So AI can give you in terms of help you to match value and interest
with somebody,
right? And there are also safety features that you will need to use. So you have more verification in terms of the individual and accountability than before.
Yeah.
So certain things that usually happen, you can avoid some of those because you can verify stuff now.
Exactly. So
Right.
somebody,
Because even you applying for a job somewhere, people are now using these online stuff to verify this person and to see the person interest and the type of person they are getting. So, and that's why even for more, if you are not who you are putting on social media, make sure that you clean it up because it can affect you as you move along.
yeah. No, I was just saying that you can use it to your advantage. So if somebody even reach out to you and you never met them, go check out their profile. There are certain things that are red flags. The person profile is private. If the person is no post, they don't have up any pictures, stuff like that are flags, because you're like, why you not post nothing, you know? Why your thing is private? Well, I mean, you can have it private but you know, why and go down the line if you see anything that makes sense. Now you mentioned the AI thing too, which is very, very, very good, because even how the algorithm works, like when I go on his TikTok, some things is all about news and whatever, sports and government and whatever. But on mine, you see about fashion, you see about food and things that I'm interested in, right? So it's different based on what you are looking for.
So while we have the
Pros.
some pros there,
We have
there's always a
cons.
flip side to it.
Yeah.
So we have the cons.
Superficiality, like people pretend, people make up and put on a mask, and yeah, that's what their social media is about.
And people are dishonest, right? And they don't give you the truth. The truth, right? And then if you come start asking some very important question that may lead to the truth, guess what normally happens? Person take away themselves. And that's where we talk about ghosting earlier on up in the video, right?
And then another con, is it can be overwhelming with the amount of options that are sometimes out there. And of course, it can be a distraction. If you don't have the discipline, then the noise is almost like it's so distracting. Now, when you are a Christian, you want to make sure that you're authentic. Let your faith shine through everything that you're posting or on your profile, so people know exactly what you're up for. So that's something that you should do. You want to make sure, again, you set your boundaries, or decide what type of conversations you want to have and ensure that it honors God. And you want to also practice discernment. Pray before pursuing any type of connection online. And you want to respect others. Treat everyone, every type of interaction as you are a child of God. As they said that when we went to the church, WWJD and WWJS. What would Jesus do and what would Jesus say? Kind of a thing. So let's go into some don'ts as we wrap this one up. So the don'ts: don't compare your values for attention or likes. Compromise your values for likes. So because everybody I do that training here, there's this thing that there's some things that I like, you know, like, I'll be honest now, like when you scroll on social media, there are some things that I see it and I like it, but I can't reshare it because that's not what I stand for. But the flesh part of me like it. One song was about the Shake It to the Max song. Like it was a little bit catching, right? And remember the woman, you know, you're probably listener, you know, do a little thing. But should I post that? No,
because that's not who you are.
That's not at core who I am. That does not represent Christ. And that's how ultimately Christianity is. You have to die to the flesh. You have to die to the things and where you the flesh part that you like, right?
And Yeah, and another don't is don't engage in deceptive profile, man. Come on, man. Be true. Christian, don't engage
Or
in
half
deceptive.
truth.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
say
we
you're
give
going
some and we
online,
leave some.
dating up, and what's the purpose for going on there? And then if you have an intention, why you can't make yourself who
Clear.
you are and clear, right? Yeah, no, don't be deceptive, man. Leave those to the folks of the world.
And then don't idolize the app. That's another one. Don't idolize the app. It's a tool, but it is not a source of love. So eventually you can find you can find love even by meeting someone at the bus stop, right? Don't rush. Dignity means patient even in a fast-paced digital world. So don't rush anything. Let things go through as it should, right? So we have come to the end
Yes,
of another video.
very interesting one.
I
You want
hope
to? And you realize we have come to a still. We have just experienced the shaking of an earthquake. Right, so
and we did not do anything that we learned, which is to go under the table or go to a post.
we just sit here. Oh my goodness. You know, I've been teaching people to take cover and all that, and we just here. Maybe it's fair to say, oh, it's going to pass without any damage, but we have just experienced that earthquake.
Bless the
a while
Lord
ago.
for covering us.
Yes, and we thank God that nothing out of the ordinary didn't take place. And I hope your viewers are all safe.
Yes,
And we
yes.
thank God for you. So remember to share it. And that's why
We need faith.
to anchor our faith in God. So as you view, if you have not yet anchored in God, these are some last days. Yes, we segue into this because the reality is that the coming of the world is close at hand. And remember, we said we are doing this so that even one soul may be saved. May God protect you as you view, share, so others may come to know God for themselves.
All right.
So we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.